Welcome to the latest episode of the Edgar Burroughs mini podcast. These short podcasts are meant to supplement the full-length episodes that I do with Scott Stewart and Jess Terrell, in which we generally talk about one of Edgar Burroughs' books in detail. My name is Tim DeForest. I'm the author of several books about what I call pre-digital pop culture, things like the pulp magazines that Burroughs was published in, old-time radio, classic comic books, old B-movies, and so on. And I keep a blog about such things at Comics, Old-Time Radio, and other cool stuff. Right now, we are using the mini podcast to do a chapter-by-chapter analysis of the 1912 novel, A Princess of Mars. Today, we'll be talking about chapter 13. Now, please note that I will be including spoilers for this novel and occasionally for later novels in the series. I also recommend you reread this chapter before listening to the podcast, as I will be assuming you are familiar with the events we are discussing. Now, perhaps the most important event in this chapter is John Carter using kindness to handle the often dangerous thoats, the huge riding beasts used by the Tharks. As was the case with Willa, John Carter eschews the brutal methods used by the Green Martians and demonstrates that kindness and patience are more effective. In fact, let's quote directly from the book. Quote, in the course of a few days, my thoats were the wonder of the entire community. They would follow me like dogs, rubbing their great snouts against my body in awkward evidence of affection, and respond to my every command with an alacrity and docility that caused the Martian warriors to ascribe to me the possession of some earthly power unknown on Mars. How have you bewitched them? Asked Tarkus one afternoon, when he had seen me run my arm far between the great jaws of one of the thoats, which had wedged a piece of stone between two of his teeth while feeding upon the moss-like vegetation within our courtyard. By kindness, I replied. You see, Tarkus, the softer sentiments have their value, even to a warrior, and the height of battle as well as upon the march. I know that my thoats will obey my every command, and therefore my fighting efficiency is enhanced, and I am a better warrior for the reason that I am a kind master. Your other warriors would find it to the advantage of themselves as well as to the community to adopt my methods in this respect. Only a few days since you yourself told me that these great brutes, by the uncertainty of their tempers, often were the means of turning victory into defeat, since at a crucial moment they might elect to unseat and rend their riders. Unquote. In fact, John Carter's methods influence the other Tharks, who begin to adopt his methods to their own handling of thoats. I really like a line from the section I just quoted. The softer sentiments have their value, even to a warrior. Burroughs uses practical results to demonstrate that kindness and compassion have their value. This, perhaps, can be said to be the seeds of the character development we'll see from Tarkus later in the novel. The other important event is John Carter realizing that he's in love with Dejah Thoris. In their conversation, we get hints that she's coming to care about him as well, and we also see her vibrant personality. Note how when John Carter refers to her as my princess, she playfully hints he's said something important, but won't explain it yet. She's also perceptive enough to realize that he's bound to commit an occasional social faux pas without intention, since he doesn't yet know all the ins and outs of Martian culture. It's also important to note that even for the cultured Dejah Thoris, John Carter's standards of showing mercy to an enemy is baffling. It's an important reminder that on the Red Planet, even the advanced Red Martians are ruthless in battle. War is too much a part of their culture for them to be otherwise. That's it for now. Once again, my name is Tim DeForest. Please visit my blog at Comics, Old-Time Radio, and other cool stuff. You'll also be able to find links to my Amazon.com author page there. Thank you for listening. We'll be back with another mini podcast soon. And keep an ear out also for our full-length episodes.